Hello and welcome to House News. In this episode, we'll present you the latest information coming from the House of Representatives of Indonesia. And now, let's see the headlines for today. Through parliamentary diplomacy, the House actively promotes the partnership with the European Union, aiming to improve mutual economic growth. The House hopes to accelerate discussions for the immediate bilateral implementation of EU-SEPA, which is still under ongoing negotiations. Indonesia and Japan International Cooperation Agency collaborate to improve millennial farmer skills, focusing on human resource development. Indonesia has delivered the first batch of humanitarian assistance for Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, showing Indonesia's commitment to continuously support Palestine. As the 2024 election approaches, various stakeholders and groups are examining the performance of the House in fulfilling its responsibilities. Changes to the national legislative program often occur due to the evolving needs of the community. Heroes' Day, which is celebrated every November 10, is one of the great historical events of the Indonesian nation. Not only in Indonesia, several names of Indonesian heroes are also used as landmarks abroad. Who do you think these heroes are? Throughout history, Indonesia has been home to numerous unsung heroes and heroines who have shown exceptional commitment to Indonesia. The cooperation between Indonesia and the European Union promises increasing economic growth, with parliamentary diplomacy as an important means of promoting this partnership.
During a meeting with the chair of the European Parliament Foreign Affairs Committee, David McAllister, Vice Chairperson of the Committee for Interparliamentary Cooperation of the House, Putu Supatma, emphasized Indonesia's commitment to building strong cooperation in various sectors with the European Union. Indonesia and the European Union have many opportunities to collaborate in various sectors such as in the economy, energy transition, and the tourism industry.
Nah, tentu dalam pembahasan tadi berbagai isu yang kita bahas, yaitu salah satunya bagaimana posisi Indonesia yang ingin engage lebih maksimal, lebih banyak lagi dengan European Union, dan tentu ingin dalam berbagai kerjasama di berbagai bidang kita ingin tingkatkan. Dan memang kita sudah bentuk grup kerjasama bilateral, kita dorong terus aktif antara grup kerjasama bilateral Indonesia dengan European Parliament, Indonesian Parliament dan European Parliament. Kita juga ingin terus mendorong berbagai kerjasama people to people yang tadi juga kita sampaikan, bagaimana kedua negara selama ini menjadi satu market yang besar.
Furthermore, Putu Supatma appreciated the European Parliament for always participating as an observer in various international forums. This participation is necessary for Indonesia's commitment to achieving sustainable development goals. From France, Sigit Rilo, TVR Parlemen, report.
Chairperson of BKSAP of the House urges immediate discussion regarding the implementation of Indonesia-EU partnership. This agreement is seen as a solution in addressing various challenges within the trade sector.
Many topics of bilateral relations were discussed during the 12th Interparliamentary Meeting, or IPM, held in Strasbourg, France, with a main focus on enhancing diplomatic ties and exploring trade and investment opportunities. Chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Fadlizon, explained the cooperation between Indonesia and the European Union is important to address various global challenges. The Indonesia-European Union Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement is expected to resolve the obstacles within the trade cooperation between the two countries.
Jadi kita berharap ada kemajuan terutama di dalam isu perdagangan dan investasi ini terkait dengan perjanjian EU-SEPA atau perdagangan bebas antara kita dengan Uni Eropa yang bisa menghapuskan berbagai macam hambatan-hambatan perdagangan. Kita tahu antara lain yang agak terhambat itu adalah soal sawit, palm oil, dan juga tentang nickel ore atau biji nikel yang mereka persoalkan di WTO. Kami sampaikan apa adanya dan kelihatannya ada kemajuan dan kita akan membuat satu deklarasi bersama untuk menyelesaikan persoalan ini.
More than just a trade agreement, Indonesia-EU-SEPA will also be a connector of two main markets of approximately 600 million people. Therefore, a concrete step is needed to ensure the immediate implementation of the agreement. In addition to trade and investment, the 12th IPM Forum also discusses regional and global security, as well as joint commitments to green transition and climate change. From Strasbourg, France, Sigit Rilo, TVR Parlemen, report.
Vice Speaker of the House emphasizes the need to elevate the competence of millennials farmers through educational collaboration with Japan.
During the visit of the President of Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, Vice Speaker for Industry and Development Rahmat Gobel stated the focus of cooperation between Indonesia and JICA is not only on infrastructure development but also on human resource improvement. This is essential to alleviate poverty and reduce economic disparities in Indonesia. Gobel emphasized the development of human resources can be achieved through providing education to millennial farmers in Indonesia.
Sukses daripada pembangunan ini kan adalah bagaimana membangun sumber daya manusianya juga, yaitu pendidikan. Bagaimana beliau bisa melihat politek di Indonesia ini yang kepada pertanian itu bisa mendapat perhatian dari Jepang, sehingga JICA bisa mengirimkan expertnya, ahli-ahlinya ke Indonesia. Terus kemudian di Politek itu petani-petani muda kita, karena bonus demografi kita kan generasi milenial. Bagaimana memanfaatkan bonus demografi ini? Lewat Politek, kemudian kita minta mereka membuka kesempatan untuk bisa berlatih bekerja di Jepang. Belajar dengan pengalaman membangun pertaniannya di Jepang.
Through this forum, Rahmat Gobel hopes in the future, JICA can participate in the infrastructure development of the new capital project. Adila and Jaya, TVR Parlemen, report.
When we return, we'll bring you more updates on Indonesian humanitarian aid for Palestine only on House News. The House appreciates the support of the government in providing humanitarian aid to Palestinians in Gaza. The House will also maintain ongoing support for Palestine.
Member of Commission 8 of the House Muhammad Hidayat Nur Wahid appreciates the government's active stance in advocating for Palestinian independence and providing assistance to the Palestinians. Hidayat adds, Indonesia can play a role as a mediator in promoting global peace by involving countries in the Arab region.
Saya apresiasi Ibu Menteri Luar Negeri, Pak Jokowi juga, dan DPR, termasuk juga BKSAP-nya, Badan Kerjasama Antarparlemennya yang sangat gencar ya mendukung kemerdekaan Palestina dan menolak penjajahan Israel. Tapi memang diperlukan langkah yang lebih efektif, lebih maksimal lagi. Tadi disuarakan dalam sidang paripurna DPR, menyampaikan agar Indonesia lebih efektif lagi, lebih kuat lagi, lebih maksimal lagi. Karena Indonesia diterima oleh negara-negara Barat maupun juga negara-negara Arab untuk bisa menghadirkan kedamaian itu.
Meanwhile, the chairperson of BKSAP of the House, Fadli Zon, urges the conflict between Israel and Palestine can be resolved through peaceful means, negotiations, and following international regulations. Additionally, he also reaffirms Indonesia's commitment and support for the struggle for Palestinian independence will never end. As mandated in the 1944 Constitution, independence is the right of every nation and colonialism in the world must be abolished.
Baik parlemen, pemerintah maupun rakyat Indonesia sangat mendukung kemerdekaan dan kedaulatan Palestina. Dan ini juga menjadi sebuah PR bagi dunia karena kalau kita lihat penjajahan menurut konstitusi kita ini kan harus dihapuskan. Jadi kalau kita membela Palestina sebenarnya kita menjalankan konstitusi kita.
Oki and Bondan, TVR Parlemen, report.
The House is committed to completing all of its parliamentary duties, including legislative functions, overseeing the government's performance and budgeting programs.
Vice Chairperson of Commission 8 of the House, Aceh Hassan Syazili, explained Commission 8 of the House will soon discuss the evaluation of the organization of the Hajj pilgrimage in 2023, as well as the Hajj costs for 2024 in preparation for the Hajj pilgrimage in 2024. The addition of 20,000 pilgrims to the Hajj quota for 2024 must be effectively utilized, although there are still many aspects to be evaluated. This will help reduce the waiting list for Indonesian Hajj pilgrims. In terms of the legislative function, Commission 8 of the House will work to pass the Maternal and Child Welfare Bill to overcome stunting and achieve Indonesia's Golden Year 2045.
Para anggota legislatif tidak akan mengabaikan tugas-tugas, termasuk misalnya kami di Komisi 8 pun juga akan memprioritaskan mana yang harus secepatnya kita lakukan pengesahan, misalnya soal BPIH atau biaya penyelenggaraan ibadah haji tahun 2024 yang jauh harus kami siapkan dari mulai sekarang. Kemudian undang-undang kesejahteraan ibu dan anak juga akan kami dorong supaya segera dapat diselesaikan karena ini bagian dari kita untuk mengatasi stunting.
Furthermore, regarding the recent Constitutional Court ruling, Aceh urges all parties to respect the ongoing election process. Political differences are common, but the unity and solidarity of the nation are the top priorities. Aceh hopes the 2024 election can run peacefully, safely, and democratically. Hilman and Rifki, TVR Parlemen, report.
The Legislation Committee of the House ensures high-priority bills are discussed and approved in the most efficient way by applying existing rules and procedures.
Member of the Legislation Committee of the House Mardani Alisera emphasizes bill discussions must take into account constitutional principles and include the aspirations of the people. Despite the national legislative programs, it is important to know that new laws can still be proposed through continuous open submissions, allowing for potential change to the annual legislative agenda. This means the legislative plans remains flexible and can be adjusted as needed.
Tiba-tiba dalam perjalanan Indonesia meratifikasi satu peraturan internasional yang itu harus dimasukkan ke dalam norma hukum dalam negeri. Masuk itu tidak harus ngikut prolegnas, tapi bisa dimasukkan. Memang menjadi tantangan besar gimana menghasilkan undang-undang berkualitas di masa yang pendek. Di beberapa kasus masyarakat komplain tentang partisipasi masyarakat yang kurang atau keterbukaan dari prosesnya yang tidak transparan, tetapi memang ini harga yang harus dibayar karena saya tidak tahu ini kelalaian atau apa, tapi jadinya lambat memang. Harusnya sejak IKN kan udah lama 2022 itu. Sekarang udah 2023, harusnya dari dulu udah masuk gitu.
The discussion of laws faces various challenges and obstacles each year. However, the House is committed to ensuring that the process of discussing draft laws is as efficient and effective as possible. Adila and Domi, TVR Parlemen, report.
Stay tuned to House News for more interesting stories after the break. November 10 is celebrated as Indonesian National Heroes Day. It is a form of appreciation and respect to commemorate the struggle of the heroes for the independence of Indonesia.
November 10 is a historic day for Indonesia to remember the struggles of thousands of Indonesian people who died because of the Battle of Surabaya. This battle is the largest war that occurred after Independence Day on 17 August 1945. A month after proclaiming its independence, the Dutch raised their country's flag at the Yamato Hotel in Surabaya. This incident made residents angry that they thought the Dutch did not appreciate the efforts of the Indonesian people who had proclaimed independence. Sutomo, or known as Bung Tomo, was a journalist back then. He played a central role in the Battle of Surabaya. Bung Tomo was an orator who had an emotional speaking style in the radio broadcast. With the slogan "Freedom or Death," he gave a speech and said to protect the independence of the country at all costs. The people of Surabaya finally bravely faced the British Army, which had complete defense equipment. A great nation is a nation that appreciates the service of its heroes. Let us continue the ideals and struggles of the heroes by maintaining the integrity of the nation, upholding a sense of nationalism and patriotism.
The world shows its respect for Indonesian heroes. It can be seen through various international landmarks named after these national heroes, including streets, monuments, and mosques.
Indonesia, a nation with a rich history and a strong tradition of heroism, has produced remarkable people who have not only played key roles in shaping Indonesia, but have also made a lasting impact on the world. Raden Ajeng Kartini is known as a hero who fights for the equal rights of Indonesian women. For her services and struggles, the name R.A. Kartini was used as a street name in the Netherlands. It's not only in one city, but 4 cities at once. This includes the cities of Haarlem, Amsterdam, Utrecht, and Venlo. The statue of General Sudirman is located in front of the Tokyo Ministry of Defense. The Japanese society is very respectful of him, considering the statue is the only statue of foreign country heroes on display in Japan. In St. Petersburg, Russia, the Blue Mosque is known as the Sukarno Mosque. During the leadership of Nikita Khrushchev, the Blue Mosque was no longer used as a place of worship. The building was used as a warehouse. After visiting there, Sukarno asked Khrushchev to restore the function of the mosque as a place of worship for Muslims.
Indonesian independence cannot be separated from the struggle of the female heroes. To commemorate their services, we will review several female heroes who provide great services to the Indonesians.
Throughout history, women have played a crucial role in shaping societies and fighting for freedom and justice. These women demonstrated courage, resilience, and determination, leaving a lasting legacy for future generations to admire and emulate. Cut Nyak Dien, also known as Tengku Cik Ditiro, was a courageous figure in the Acehnis against Dutch colonial during the late 19th century. Cut Nyak Dien led her forces with courage, earning her the nickname the Queen of Aceh. She was captured and exiled to Java, but her legacy continues to inspire the people of Aceh and Indonesia as a whole. Marta Christina Tiahahu, born on the island of Ambon, was a fearless heroine during the Indonesian National Revolution in the early 19th century. She led a group of Ambonese soldiers in their fight against Dutch colonial rule in the Maluku Islands. Maria Walanda Maramis was a pioneering Indonesian figure who contributed to the struggle for women's rights and independence. Maria Walanda Maramis was one of the few women involved in the movements. Her work as an educator and her advocacy for women's rights laid the groundwork for gender equality in Indonesia.
And that's the House News for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of House News, only on TVR Parlemen.